The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Coming up tonight, Mariners say they will lose $25 million after the Yacht show. It's an annual attraction is cancelled due to those increase in boating fees. But let's really look at this, a real good look. What do the luxury yachting community think is reasonable to pay? How much have they been paying before now? We take a look at that tonight. Also tonight, a man is dead after falling from a tree this afternoon. We have a bit of information about that. It's still unfolding. Here's a question for you tonight. How is Darren Pickstock, the new MP for Golden Isles, performing now that he's been elected for 1 month? Is he keeping his promises to the people of Golden Isles? We have a 1-month report card for you. Also, Marvin Dames and social media. The two don't necessarily go together. No. Should the former Minister of National Security take a course in social media, anything, before the political season really gets going? We'll talk about that as we look at his latest TikTok. Right, that's right. This is Beyond the Headlines. Merry Christmas to all of you. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you all tuned in this evening. Welcome to tonight's show. Well, a sad news on this Christmas Eve, really. A man is dead tonight, just hours before Christmas Day, after he reportedly fell from a tree through Wilton Street earlier today. Authorities say the incident happened shortly after midday today. The victim was found on scene with injuries about the body. Now, police are following leads to determine the age of the victim and also his identity. And that is all that we can say right now. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family. Absolutely. I will give my panel an opportunity to offer their own thoughts about it in just a moment. But I want to bring this to your attention. A troubling situation may be brewing and developing tonight as health experts warn that a dangerous recreational drug appears to be making a comeback in the Bahamas. Psychiatrist and addiction specialist Dr. David Allen told Eyewitness News that cocaine use is on the rise again, a trend he says could have serious consequences. Dr. Allen warning that if the increase continues unchecked, the country could see a resurgence of crack that could have with far-reaching social and health impacts.
It looks like it's down in the state. Thank God for that. And that bodes well for us. But we have to still be vigilant.
Okay.
Cocaine is making a comeback, a quick comeback. I'm worried about that. Because once the powder gets high, you then go to creating the crack, which is, we've been through such trouble with that. So that's what we're watching now. People go to the hospital, but they don't take their medication. So many are walking the streets not well. And as a result of that, I see many of them in my family program. And the only way to treat them sometimes is to give them the injection, depot injection, which lasts about 3 weeks, because they get paranoid of the medication. So I'm really sad that I feel we are in a situation in our country where we got to take a real commitment to have what I call mandatory mental health. Because we can't have people uncompensated walking the streets. It's too dangerous. Too dangerous for them and too dangerous for the populace. So we need to have more mandatory health care. That simply is like the old nurses did. They had to collect people in a bus and they give them the shots or give them the medication, because if you're mentally ill, you can't face Christmas, you can't face peace, and you get involved in crime. Everybody has weapons, and it's a dangerous, dangerous time.
I tell you, quite disturbing, really, to hear that people are resorting to recreational drug use and especially cocaine. Something that is unforgivable. But we're going to begin right there this evening. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. Beyond the Headlines contributors, Leslie Miller, Garth Rosborough, and Howard Johnson. Gentlemen, Merry Christmas to each of you. And hey, how are you all enjoying the season?
Merry Christmas to you, my dear, and Merry Christmas to Bahamians everywhere. And may God give you special blessing during the Yuletide season. And may your New Year be all your wishes come true.
Thank you.
Let's stop the killings.
I'm enjoying all of the energy that I'm seeing at the end of the year. After all, we did have some very tumultuous news throughout the year. Many people have voiced their dissatisfaction with governance, dissatisfaction with employment, dissatisfaction with unions. We've been dealing with issues like crime, etc. But now look at the streets of New Providence, Shanique Miller. Everywhere we go, in every direction, there is traffic on the road. Guess who's not making any fuss right now, Shanique Miller?
Business owners and everybody else, but let me hear it.
Those gas stations, remember they were crying all through the year, oh, we having our woes at the gas station, but you don't hear them crying now, boy. People buying that gas, they don't care. Fill it up. We talk about Lil Phil. You know Lil Phil now. Yeah. It's Big Phil. Fill it up. I got to head to town and get what I got to get. And guess what, Shanique Miller? It'd be so wonderful if those people who support you and love you would send some of that your way, because I think you deserve it. Merry Christmas to you, Shanique Miller, Island Luck TV, and all watching. I pray that the blessings are poured upon you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Season's greetings. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. All of these other things to you, Shanique, to listening and watching audience, and to everyone else out there in the Bahamas, and also to my two colleagues. Season's greetings to you as well.
Gentlemen, let's jump into what we talked about. Howard, thank you, and you as well. Let's talk, it's unfortunate that this Christmas Eve that this gentleman fell. I'm not sure why he was in the tree. Was he climbing it, trying to maybe prune it, the branches, whatever, or maybe just relaxing in the tree. But whatever he was doing, unfortunately, he fell. It was a coconut tree?
No?
Not necessarily, but then if it's a coconut tree, those are quite difficult to climb and to, not much to hold on to. But it hasn't been said by police as yet. But gentlemen, it's just really sad and unfortunate. And then to hear Dr. David Allen as well, a renowned psychiatrist, that people are using hard drugs again. Also something that's disturbing.
I'll give my condolences, first of all, to those who are related to the person that had the tragedy befall him just a day before Christmas. It's very, very sad. For those people who climb trees, like I attempted to do some 3-4 years ago, I recall falling from a coconut tree 6 feet on the trunk. And once I fell, I was actually somewhat incapacitated for almost 2 years attempting to recover. And so, falling from ladders, for those people who are decorating their homes, decorating their trees, pruning and trimming.
Well, I hope he wasn't decorating. Oh, Lord.
You don't need a high distance in order to fall, to injure, or to go ahead and bring death to yourself. And so I want everyone to be mindful that when you're working in such conditions, it's very, very important to practice safety first. Wear a harness at all times. If you're on a ladder, like I did without the assistance of somebody holding the ladder, you need an additional person to hold that ladder in place. And you're not safe until you have your 2 feet back on the ground. When it comes to height, gravity is something to really be careful about.
Yeah. Shanique, as a young man who was born and raised in Governor's Harbor, on the islands, climbing trees, falling out of trees, being scraped up in trees, falling off of broken limbs is a rite of passage. And so I know and understand how those things go. But, one day before Christmas, in this Yuletide season that's supposed to be merry and festive, to have a young person's life, or whatever the age it was, just tragically taken, under those circumstances, I know that family has to be devastated and grieving in the midst of what is supposed to be a happy time. So, my condolences extended to that family as well.
It's so disheartening the day before Christmas. It's such a freak accident. Going to a tree, falling down, and a life is lost. I mean, it's so wonderful to wake up this morning, every morning, and thank God for another day. I woke up this morning with my good buddy and brother, Warren Miller, on my mind, and Obi Vilscombe, my two dear friends, and just ask God to continue to bless us as a people, keep us safe. And let us try to go through this Yuletide season with showing love and affection for each other. Notice people driving like they wild, a battle to hell, especially these little roachy cars that just don't stop. I mean, you know, they don't. I mean, I believe the people who drive those.
The roachy cars.
No, I'm serious. People who drive those cars believe they on a video game.
Yeah.
That's it.
They will overtake zoom.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
come on, man. A lady is complaining now to the police that her son was knocked down and killed. Nice young man. I saw the papers this morning. They haven't found the driver yet. Hit and run. Accident. Fellas, I'm 26 years old, man. Let's be careful. The young boy who just got killed, I believe in Abaco, this week again. The lady last week, don't forget, and her little nephew.
Slow down.
This is you. Slow down, man.
Slow down. Be
What's
careful.
the rush?
Yes.
You're only on your way to hell.
My God.
Drive carefully, man, and thank God every day that you got bread in your body.
Amen.
Yeah.
Every day, just as a Lord, thank you for another day.
Amen.
You know, that's just show some grace and mercy for others during the season.
I absolutely agree, gentlemen. I totally agree.
And then, Shanique, with
yes.
the cocaine situation,
I
that is just, to me, just surprising. Like I said, we've just been discussing challenges in the economy. We're seeing challenges in the economy around the world. And knowing what we've been through this past year, for Dr. Allen to mention that cocaine usage is on the rise, I do believe that that is a drug that is first introduced to people who like to party a lot, people who have some
God, that's what it is.
affluence.
God, you know, if I can just interject, that is
Yeah.
what it is. I don't think it even it's economy related. Because the way the economy now has presented itself, anybody who wants in can get in on any level is what I mean. I think it's now the fact that worldwide people want to experiment. They want to be them. They want to test this and test that and do this. And that is what it is. And perhaps some may have had habits already and just kind of now adding this into what they already have going on. And so I think it's more that we have become too experimenting. For us, we just want to get that next high and continue pushing and until we could, I have no idea.
You know, well, what's happening is that the drug of choice, we see it and we smell it all the time. And there's something that they call the lizard tail, or that they lace the marijuana joints with. And so many people are actually introduced to this particular drug just through lacing. And they make it very affordable. And so for those people who are the partiers, or those people who like the whole idea of getting high, cocaine is not a drug you want to play with. We have seen cocaine used in the past, lift entire gas tanks, lift cars and seal tires. They become supermen, but it's a short-lived superhero life. We see it end all the time in tragedy, stealing, Shanique Miller, stealing from loved ones, jewelry and money and anything of value in order to afford their habit. Cocaine is something that tears down our entire society, and so I'm glad that we are aware of it at this particular time, but we're going to go ahead and ask the law enforcement people to assist us in this matter in being vigilant. And another reason why, Shanique Miller, the smuggler's bill was so important. All these boats passing through our country,
I want you
we
to
got to
go right
ask,
there.
where does it come from?
Start, God. Go right. Let's go right into that.
Go right ahead, Leslie Miller.
No, God, no. Leslie's waiting some more. I want you to go right into that.
You know, what I noticed this year, Shanique Miller, is that we complain about government performance so easily, as if the government itself doesn't need fiscal management, as if it doesn't need money, as if it doesn't need taxes to get things done.
We are talking about a very lucrative industry, a niche industry, which is good. And mind you, the Bahamas welcomed it for decades and love. This is not a disdain and some hatred towards wealthy yacht owners and those who boat on other pleasure craft. The thing is, though, what were they paying before now? What was the Ministry of Tourism charging these boaters to traverse through the waters, fish, explore the waters, jump, dive, and vacation here, and sail through the waters and dock here, versus what is now being asked? Now, I'm not saying if it's something entirely unreasonable, you can't come back to the drawing board and bring it back more in the middle. But what I'm saying is they cannot not be paying anything or little or nothing.
Yeah, what we have done is we've made this issue even political. I've heard some
About
people
stupid
say,
political discussion, and why?
Yeah,
When this nation needs us to collect as much revenue as possible?
Yeah, they're blaming it on politics, and I'll just say this. I looked at the numbers based on an article published. These marinas are making $14,000 to $22,000 a week from a yacht. And for those who are chartered, you're looking at $45,000 to $60,000 a week from these people. I told you, BOAT, bring out another 1,000. These people got the money. But what we see here, they're trying to stronghold the government as if the government doesn't need revenue to take care of its citizenry. And so at this particular time, I say I'm on the side of the government at this time to be strong. Do not allow these people to strong arm us. Many of these people are not even Bahamians. These are foreign people who own these marinas, raking in millions of dollars. How are you affected? You're not affected. The only thing you get is $1,500, 1,500 jobs, and a little bit of money. That's all you get.
We're going to pick up the discussion on this matter right after this break. Stay close. Christmas Eve, y'all. We're back in a moment.
Welcome to Sunburst Super Christmas Sale, where you buy 5 and get 1 free. Prices start at just $28.95 for top quality wall paints and high gloss oil paints for $55.95 a gallon. Lucky customers get a chance to win a 42-inch TV every Saturday starting now. The drawing will take place at Sunburst Paints the first week of December. You can also have a chance to win one of 2 65-inch TVs during the month of December. So hurry on down to Sunburst Paints on Harold Road, where you buy 5 and get 1 free. Happy holidays, everybody! Have you heard about Janae's Chesapeake Road's 5 days of Christmas Give Back? Get up to 20% off your toys or bicycles, electronic ride-on cars, four-wheelers, and motor tricycle purchases. All electrical item sales are final. Bring in a current year Janae's back-to-school purchase receipt, valued more than $50 excluding VAT, and get an additional 10% off. Restrictions apply. And don't forget the Christmas decorations, balls, and ornaments. Janae's Chesapeake Road's 5 days of Christmas Give Back going on now. Extended store hours till 7 p.m. Hurry in and get more bang for your bucks.
The race to 2026 is heating up, and the nation's voice is louder than ever. Here on Beyond the Headlines, we're checking the mood, the momentum, and the message of the people. I'm Shanique Miller. Each week, we're taking the temperature of the electorate to see what's really driving the nation. Who's connecting? Who's cooling off? What issues are heating up ahead of 2026? This is Temperature Check 2026, where journalism meets the nation's heartbeat.
Beyond the Headlines is now introducing powerful TV advertising opportunities made just for you. Choose our television ad package, 20 30-second ads for $2,000 or 20 60-second ads for $2,500 plus VAT. Prefer flexibility? Go a la carte. Just $150 for a 30-second ad or $200 for a 60-second ad. Step into the spotlight with our interview package. 1 15-minute interview for $500 or 4 for $15 per month. Or bring Beyond the Headlines directly to you with our live on location package, only $2,600 plus VAT. For more information, contact our sales agent at 242-466-6173.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you here. Happy Christmas Eve, everyone. We are continuing with the boating issue. It's nothing. It's not a trifling matter. I mean, the yacht show, I think it was called, was an annual event. People loved it. It drew locals and foreigners, the wealthy even. I mean, it's just really an amazing event that happens in the Bahamas. Then we know the Bahamas is synonymous with yachts as well. Well, earlier this year, the Ministry of Tourism introduced new boating fees. There are some local boaters who are complaining because they are quite steep. That needs revisiting. But I am saying this though, and Garth is saying, no, we'll hear more. However, I want to say this though. These very wealthy yachters and boaters and all the rest of them and mariners, and what do you expect to pay? I mean, it can't be the usual business operational fees where you get your license and you get this and that and that's it. I mean, what do you expect to pay on a multi-million, if not multi-billion-dollar industry? Howard, jump in, please.
So, Shanique, I wanted to do some research on this and really wrap my head around what was going on. And the fee increase, from what I learned, was part of a bigger policy objective for the government to modernize maritime regulation, improve safety and environmental oversight, and increase government revenue from marine tourism, right? Now, what I've been seeing in the news, and from this side particularly in the U.S., and some of the local South Florida, and even in the Central and West Florida area, was that some of the stakeholders in that maritime industry who have yachts and who are in parts of boating associations, they've been saying that there was insufficient stakeholder consultation with them, right? And they were saying that there was limited or no meaningful engagement with them prior to the government implementing these fees, right? Nothing, not the fact that they can afford it, right? They can afford it.
No, that's not the issue. No,
these $1 million pots, right? And then there were three things. That was the first thing. The second thing was that there was no publicly released impact study assessed on how the higher fees would affect these visitor demands, right? And then three, they're saying that the implementation of these fees was something that was done abruptly without any phased rollouts or any pilot programs, and that created immediate cost shocks for visitors and operators.
They made this from a ChatGPT document, because consult where in the U.S. does the U.S. ever consult, and with who, and who's going to consult with a non-citizen to go and say this is what we're going to do? The law is the law. Now, Shanique, go ahead, Howard.
No, and so what I'm trying to say is, in trying to have us balance the fact that there are other competitive and viable places around the Caribbean and around the world where mariners can go. If you have a $50 million, $100 million vessel that you can cruise around the world in, why are you upset at a jurisdiction that is increasing its fees at a time when increases are not just in fees for mariners, but there's increases everywhere across the board, all over the world, at the grocery store, at the gas pump, because of tariffs. There's increases everywhere across the world. And so I don't understand for the life of me why there's this collective outrage, even though I am happy. Finally, final thing I'll say, I am happy that the government is being responsive and conducting a review of this policy.
But I don't want that review. I don't need, listen to me, government. I don't need that review to be done to the point of you are still cheating yourself.
Right.
And meaning the Bahamian people and the revenue that this country can make. If you want to create a maritime industry that is a right one, we know this has been a multi-million-dollar, if not billion-dollar industry for decades in this country, and we have not seen anything that we can meaningfully see from it in terms of returns. And so therefore, come to the middle. If it's excessive, of course, come to the middle and have it make more sense and have it be more palatable. Because I don't care how wealthy a person is, if you are charging them $1 million a week to just sail through the waters, and the next person is charging them $300,000, then you could. What I'm saying is, come to a place where it can be properly digestible by everybody, and they begin to move forward. But what we will not do is go and have these people pay pittance on an industry where they are making incredible amounts of money, Leslie.
You know what's interesting, right?
Sure.
I have a couple of friends that lives out Lightfoot Key, Old Fort Bay, these other areas. Yeah, but their boat basins are full. Right now, there's no space. And the guys, these guys who raised in hell, they're the fellas out on the Eastern Shore there, raised in hell about this, right? And they got the little fellas out there, the young Bahamians who are crying about we got to get laid off of our jobs. Those who are crying are the lower tail level, saying that we used to this for the last 100 years. I'll never forget, when I was Minister of Trade and Industry of Agriculture, we reduced by 50% the rate of fish that they can take out of our waters. Because it's proven, the IDB said it, the UN said it, they take more of our fish out of our waters than all of our commercial fishermen combined.
That's true. Yep.
But they are, and I did it, I took it to Parliament, we got it done.
Yes, man.
A month after the FNM won, they took it back the way it was. I.e., you saw what the leader of the opposition said this morning, what Dwayne Sand said. They always take the sides of the foreigners against Bahamians. Always.
Listen.
They can't help themselves.
Yeah, you can't have an
They
economy.
can't help
No,
themselves.
you cannot
They will
have.
never go down the line to help the poor average Bahamian.
You cannot
And most of
have-
these boat businesses are not owned by damn Bahamians.
Well, Leslie,
Get it through your head.
Leslie
Look at the last
yes,
names.
Leslie Garth and
Get it
Howard,
through your head.
you cannot go and fight
Okay,
on
stop
behalf
fighting for the
of
man.
foreigners and leave Bahamians
Okay.
out in the cold. And
Yeah,
these
and
people
they-
who are crying and saying that our jobs,
All
jobs.
right.
Do you not understand there's something bigger here?
Okay.
There's something bigger at
Right.
stake. These people are the $1,000 or $800
Yeah.
they're paying you a week does not compare to what they're earning.
Shanique, listen.
Yes.
Mr. Man right here.
First of all, take your boat from New Providence. Go to the Berry Islands. I was there. I went fishing there. My coolers were full of fish, Shanique Miller. I needed ice. Try to go to one of those marinas to get ice, Shanique Miller. You're not welcomed. As a Bahamian, in Bahamian waters,
Little black
from
boy.
these same people
Yeah.
who now want to cry
Yeah.
to us. This is
Huh?
why you see I am so adamant about what I'm saying
Okay.
here today. Don't play
Yeah,
with me.
yeah.
No.
Then you had
Yeah.
a show here, Shanique Miller, where we explained the traffic that comes through the Bahamas through backswim. They talk about all this traffic that comes through here by plane, by
Yep,
boat,
yep,
and the
yeah.
Bahamas
Just last
is
night,
a
yeah.
chief pivotal point
Yes.
where people must pass through. But when you
Exactly.
go through the Panama Canal, you don't have
You
to
gotta
pay to
pay.
go to the canal. You can go all the way down
Yeah.
to the
Go around
Cape
Africa, the
and
Horn,
go
the
around
Cape,
through
yeah.
Brazil and
Yeah, I
come
think
back if you
I've-
want, or
No.
pay the fee.
Exactly.
Don't play
Exactly.
with me. See, Shanique, this is so
Yes.
sensitive to me. You want to come in my waters
Preach.
and you want to pollute
Preach, God.
my waters,
Yeah.
and I can't say nothing
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
I need fees
Preach.
involved and taxes to go and clean up my waters,
Yes.
my reefs.
And to
I gotta
defray,
take care of me.
and to help defray the cause of the government
And then
that's
when
running our
Leslie's
country.
saying, you get a permit, and I told the customs officer, 90-day permit to fish.
Yeah.
Right? Some of y'all got 2-year permits
Yes.
and 1-year
And
permits.
these are commercial
Shanique,
fishermen, you know.
This is the way it works, Shanique.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you have
okay.
a 1-year permit for 365 days and you
Okay.
fish for 3 days,
Huh?
you now got 362 days left to fish. You fill up your freighter
Every time.
with red snapper
That's right.
by the tons and leave
Okay.
and go home, drop
Okay.
it off and come back and
All right.
rape the Bahamian
Okay.
waters. Do not play with
Okay.
me. Bahamas
Yes.
government, you got to stand your ground on this one.
All right.
Just as they're fighting you down, I am going to fight you up. You need to take care of us. Us, the
Yeah.
bowlers in the Bahamas. We need
All right.
love too.
This is our country.
But again,
And
because I've
Shanique-
heard Michael Turnquest talk about the boating fees from months ago. Remember, Leslie?
Yes.
When we had that, when
Yes,
he
he
spoke
did.
about it. And the thing is, again, if it needs to be revised, I'm not saying to play hardball.
Play hardball.
But I'm saying
Yeah.
this though. Don't you have these
Don't kill
people
us.
with the words that Howard used in their little articles and stuff about studies
Yeah.
being done and
That's
come
what
and
they
have
said.
meetings?
Yep.
Listen
Yep.
to me. No government meets with whomever passed the law. Now, if
Right.
it needs to be revised, there are laws that are amended and revised all the time.
Yeah.
Come to the middle and bring the
Yes.
fees where it's more digestible.
Make adjustments
But-
as
Make
necessary.
adjustments,
Yeah.
but
And
do
Sh-
not.
and Shanique,
but do
making-
not make
making-
the fees so that it's just laughable and you just flip it
And then-
away.
And then let's stop making and see, and then the political aspect of this that we haven't really talked
Yes.
about this a lot. Leslie touched
Yes.
on it, right?
Yeah.
And it isn't just taking the side of foreigners; it's also making it political. See, and the thing is, when you're making it political just for your cheap
Yes.
political points, so you could win an election.
Okay.
Now, when
Bahamians
you
don't
win the
give a damn.
election, you can become the government, and now this
And
is
now-
a tax
and now what? Then you
revenue
need your
base that
revenue
is not
what?
open to you. This is a tax base.
They will give them whatever they want, that's what they'll do.
Open to you because now you just didn't say it what you wanted to win an election, and now as government
Yeah.
you've eroded a tax
Yeah.
base
Yeah, don't be
that was
idiotic.
possible for you.
They don't mind.
And I just want to say, Shanique Miller, They could go and fish. You ever been to Florida and see their waters from Bahamas? When you look down, brown and dirty. You can't see nothing in the water. Go and have your yacht show in Florida then. Go and love yourself in Florida. Or go down to Cuba. Go hail Fidel Castro people. And go tell them hello for me and ask why does the Dominican Republic people come all the way from Dominican Republic to fish in the Bahamas? Because right here is where it's at. We know what we have. We have the pearl of the Caribbean Basin. Do not play with this government. Do not play with this. We know who we are. We know our value. We want our tax revenue because we got a nation that we got to take care of. People got to eat in this country and they keep putting the taxes on us. You never, ever, ever cry for us. We never heard no marina owner cry for the baby people. Never. You all got your own key, your own marina. You're living good. And all of a sudden you want to cry to me? Hell no, not today. Not today, Shanique Miller.
Garth, you're absolutely right. Because
don't play with me.
You remember last night,
don't play with me.
Yeah, Baxman was on the show talking about ambulances. Now there's a total of about 60 that will be in nation very soon. Absolutely. But guess what though? The nation needs more than that.
Yes.
So therefore, that is why we need this new tax. We need the taxes.
That's what it's due us.
Again, if it needs to be revised, as has been promised, then fine, do that. But I'll tell you this, Ministry of Tourism and the government, do not play dollhouse and sell us out and sell our waters for cheap.
Don't kiss the ring. Don't kiss the ring.
Meanwhile, gentlemen, we're gonna shift the temperature of the show right now. On this Christmas Eve, a local straw vendor has found her own unique way of blending Christmas with Bahamian culture. Janelle Longley has the story.
A touch of the islands. It's Myrtle Monroe's business name and essentially the mantra for the work she's been crafting for several decades.
That came about because I realized that it really touched all the islands. Because ain't nobody hardly in Nassau with plaiting or weaving straws. So I have to send to various islands who do the plaiting. And those are old people who do it. That's another thing. Who could take over? As they die, we losing platters. And they now have to also share their money with the young men who go to the Keys and get the tops for them to plait. So you see the money spread. So when you buy something from what made from straw, you pay me, you pay the person who did the weaving or the plaits, you pay the guys who get the tops.
Monroe's pieces resemble many creative work you see throughout the straw markets in the capital. But what caught the Eyewitness News team's eye was her rendition of a traditional Christmas stocking.
Put up for my starters, and people just asking for them. They're very good, and they're just only $35.
For her, it's been a joy to create while simultaneously incorporating a new generation in the art of straw work.
I have two granddaughters, they're twins, and they're both artists. They're in UB right now studying to be art teachers, and one of them did all the decorations on it. I make the stockings, but they did all the decorating. Her name is Darrenike Young. I thought it was going to look a mess when I see how fast she was moving, but it take maybe about, I'll say, maybe an hour, with everything considered.
But the future of the industry, she fears, could be on the decline.
I agree 100%, yes. That's what it looks like right now. And, you know, I did my best to help keep it alive in the Bahamas because I work for BTVI for a length of time, and then BAIC opted to take me to different islands. And so I've been to a number of islands in the Bahamas, teaching the same thing to people.
And if you'd like to see more of Monroe's work, support her creativity, or even take classes to support the future of the craft, you can find her on Facebook or visit her at the Fort Charlotte Straw Market in stall number 14. Janelle Longley, Eyewitness News.
Really awesome, so unique, right? And again, we just talked about this economy and the fact that it is open for any and everyone right now. What you've envisioned to do, you can do in the economy that's continuing to expand and grow in the Bahamas. That is quite nice, gentlemen. I don't know if you each have something that you want to say to it before we wrap up the segment.
Yeah, I would just like to say that here is a person who is doing what a Bahamian should now be doing. When the old stocking doesn't fit, create a new stocking because, oh, you like that one, Howard?
I love it.
Yeah, create a new stocking because you know what? When you open up your cup, it can be filled, but you got to first have a cup and you first got to have it available. It's no entitlement here, Shanique Miller. This lady's actually doing it and making us all proud. I say kudos to her and her granddaughters who are in UB. They're not anti-education. They're just simply fulfilling the mandate. Be a Bahamian, be productive, be proud.
You know, it just shows you that Bahamian women always find a way to be productive and to be able to make money to take care of their family.
Amen.
Now here's this lady, in fact, she's a cousin of mine, Monroe from Ragged Island. Here she is struggling out there, bringing in new ideas into this industry that's been there for over 500 years, right? But her children is at UB.
That's right.
Yes.
So they'll be at another standard.
Yes.
You know, she's only doing her best. But that's what Bahamian women do, and that's why we love them so much.
Yeah.
They're the ones who run this country. Whether you like it or not, thank God for the Bahamian women that we have among us, the best in the world. None can compare with them. None.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I've seen a lot of them.
Excellent job. Leslie, we know you've seen your fair share. But listen, don't go anywhere. Listen, excellent job, Myrtle. Howard, we have to go to a break, and I will give you. I'm talking 30 seconds. Howard, if you know 30 seconds, please know it, because you are perhaps the most one of them. When we come back, that's how long you have to talk about this. But listen, Beyond the Headlines is back right after this.
We have to be mindful that as much as we want touristic development, what impacts the fishery? Over-coastal development, destruction of mangroves, overzealousness of the industry. We have a new movement called do-it-yourself fishing. That is anglers who come to the Bahamas, they don't engage in hiring a guide. Because of this approach, you are going to have people who are going to exhaust the resources.
This is an industry that's preserved. It should be for Bahamian guides only. We have the DIYs coming in here, and they're destroying our flats.
We try not to overfish certain areas, so we'll fish a certain area and we'll back off for a while because we don't want the fish to feel too much pressure.
It's not just using the buzzwords of the environment and the ecology. The tourists can be educated that the more you support local ownership, people are doing it obviously the right way, the more the economic circulation in the communities.
I think the most critical thing is accountability, and that accountability by way of legislation, both the Act and regulations to govern fly fishing in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
I look at conservation efforts and the regulation that I've seen to protect the industry that's in the developed world. All of those jurisdictions have implemented strong regulation to protect their fisheries. We are way behind, but we do have a movement and a consciousness. We know where we need to be. Those are our resources, and we have to make an exerted effort to protect it, because that's the only gift that we have been given. And if we don't protect that, then we lose everything.
Building the lodge, I understood clearly the mission to continue what my father started. From this lodge, it has served as the headquarters. We finally got legislation passed in 2016, and it legitimized the guiding profession. We pushed to get the program established into BAMSI in the training of the next generation of guides, but it extends way beyond that.
We need more Bahamians in the industry who are doing the research to provide the information to the industry, that is to fishermen and to everybody who benefits from the resources.
We don't know the resources in this country. We grew up just hearing about sun, sand, and sea.
It is going to be through education and awareness, whether it's within our schools, whether it's in our communities, to conserve the environment, that is going to sustain the fly fishing industry.
Well, the future of fly fishing in the company, I think fly fishing is a very, very unique spot. I think it's going to get better because the guides are now being all certified. They're all getting proper knowledge of handling and how to run the whole system.
If you're a youngster and you want to get into this, it's a job like any other job. You got to live it. You got to love it.
Young entrepreneurs coming in, you want that kind of interest. You want that kind of drive and desire. You want to carry that. You want to become the product.
Beyond the Headlines is now introducing powerful TV advertising opportunities made just for you. Choose our television ad package, 20 30-second ads for $2,000 or 20 60-second ads for $2,500 plus VAT. Prefer flexibility? Go a la carte. Just $150 for a 30-second ad or $200 for a 60-second ad. Step into the spotlight with our interview package. One 15-minute interview for $500 or 4 for $15 per month. Or bring Beyond the Headlines directly to you with our live on location package, only $2,600 plus VAT. For more information, contact our sales agent at 242-466-6173.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's great to have you all tuned in. Howard, I know you wanted to jump in on that wonderful work we saw by Myrtle Monroe, a straw vendor, and how she decided to put a different twist in things this holiday season. Gentlemen, yes, Leslie, Garth, Howard, welcome back. Howard, jump in.
Yeah, it was just really nostalgic for me, Shanique, because my grandmother, my mom's mother, Lillian Louise Petty Stubbs, she did this stuff for over 60 years of her life. And I remember as a youngster sitting at her feet, doing the raphael and getting the tops and stuff and shredding them so she could plait and stuff like that. And she had 15 children and 9 survived childhood. And she put the 9 of them through school and she raised her family on straw work. And so glad to see that this lady is doing it and also having her grandchildren carried on. Because I can tell you, only one of my aunts, out of all of my grandmother's children and grandchildren, I have an aunt who is 83 and she's the only one out of the children, grandchildren, and great-grands who is still doing that stuff today. So I'm happy that lady has her grandchildren carrying it on.
Absolutely.
That reinforces the greatness of our Bahamian women. And thank God for them.
Yeah, really awesome. Well, gentlemen, listen, I know it's Christmas Eve. Everybody's distracted, not quite thinking about this. But guess what, you all? It's a special anniversary. Well, for one person, Darren Pickstock. It's been 1 month since he was elected in the Golden Isles by-election. Leslie, of course, mentioned Fawn Miller earlier in the show. But Darren Pickstock has really been serving as Member of Parliament since November 24th when he beat out all the other candidates to become Member of Parliament. What are we hearing about Pickstock? How is he performing? Is he living up to a lot of what his 10-point plan and vision is for Golden Isles?
Well, living in Golden Isles, the first thing I witnessed, of course, was the celebration of victory. Then there came a party, I think it was a Christmas party in the Coral Harbor area as well as the Adelaide community. In terms of work being continued, some road work is being done, and I saw where some roofs were still being repaired, at least 2 or 3 houses still being repaired even after the by-election, so some work is being done. But I'm also hearing that calls are being made to the new Member of Parliament, Mr. Darren Pickstock, and we understand this is a busy time of year. It's a time for family, but Bahamian people, we like what we like. Like I said, we are type people. We just feel as if you're obligated to us, and we are entitled.
No, but
so
we're
calling, and they're saying that they're not getting response.
Hold on. So people are calling him, and he's not answering. But I want us to be realistic, though. How long we figure it's okay. Once I could get you, that's okay. See, I want us to balance this because I don't want to necessarily be able to call my MP and reach them, and that's all they're good for is I could reach them. What is he doing? And also, though, Darren Pickstock, on the flip side of that, so I'm there to say, you all ain't got to reach the man to talk about what? Now, though, but Darren Pickstock, you cannot ignore the people if that is what you're doing. You cannot ignore the people.
And with this next lap on the onion.
And when a general election is right before you.
I have a good friend, Mr. Shannon Don Cartwright, who still stays in communication with me. Shannon Don would call me
2
o'clock in the morning is what I'm accustomed to before he became a member of Parliament. Shannon Don Cartwright is a praying man, and he wants to pray at that time, and I used to pray with him. I'm telling you. But when you become a member of Parliament, Shanique Miller, you got to still call me to pray. You can't just call me before.
So Darren Pickstock called you to pray?
Well, we spoke before the by-election, and now if I call, when he would instantly answer me on the first ring, I'm not getting any response at all, not even a call the following day.
Darren Pickstock, now stop that right there, because if certain people that you spoke with, you've got to continue speaking with. You, sir, like all the others, have a general election ahead of you. Yeah, now, though, if you are getting the work done, I know what else they want to call you about. But the point is, Darren Pickstock, slap up tonight. Hey. You are absolutely out of line for absolutely not even bothering to return a call or even message the person and say, hello, I saw a missed call.
Number one thing, you know.
I saw a missed call. Let me finish address it. That's him, Darren Pickstock. Let me tell you, you cannot. Here's what you do, Darren. You can respond many ways. You can return the call, or you can say, I saw a missed call from this number. Can you kindly message me? And then you decide exactly how you move forward. So don't play around, Darren Pickstock. You need to knock on these same people's doors again. Leslie, yes, sir?
I just was saying you got to walk them in.
Well, I try to finish this, Shanique, because you see,
walk them in.
I keep telling people, you know I'm a public figure. You know what role I play in society.
That's why Shannon Dawn would always talk to you at this moment.
In the morning, 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock. What the hell, where his wife is?
You on the way home. You on the way home to the wife calling him. Will you reach yet? Will you reach yet?
He's a good praying man. But you know, but I'm saying quickly,
P-R-E-Y-I-N-G.
But you know, what I'm saying here tonight, though, is that when you call me, I'm not the type of person who's going to ask you for anything. I still haven't got my 2 trees cut down. I'm not calling you about 2 trees to cut down. You call me.
Do better, man.
You called me before.
You start here with your 10-point plan.
When I called
put it in
him,
action.
it was very simple to say, congratulations, Merry Christmas to you and your family, and we look forward to great things from you. And I wanted to thank him for his deal. She's 88 years old.
No, because he's done some good
and she
stuff.
wanted to send a message to him that she is thankful for the roof being repaired.
But if you can't answer your phone just to get people to who want to just compliment you and say thank you, then what the dickens you there for, Darren?
But
do better.
Shanique,
yes, sir.
You gotta communicate better too. So see, you know what's trending right now in the Bahamas as it relates to politicking and serving in government and stuff, MPs and candidates and stuff. There's people around here, you know, they have their war rooms, you know, and they have people designated who are out here attacking people and attacking other candidates and doing this stuff. Why don't we have MPs and candidates? Why don't we have MPs and candidates with a group in their campaign or in their office that's communicating with people? The MP cannot talk to everyone. Listen, Bahamians, we have to stop. We need to shift our expectation. Our expectation cannot be and this happened to me and Leslie. I know what happened to you too as an MP and cabinet minister. When you call as a political candidate, when I'm campaigning, people come up to me. You see this man here, Mr. Johnson. Every time I call, he answers on the first ring. Yeah, but other people trying to reach me too. Hundreds of people are trying to call
thousands, and so you got to be realistic. Yes.
Okay. So let me fix that for you.
No, God, let her finish, please.
Hold on, God. See, we got to give these people time to do the work.
You got to.
I'm calling you
got to. Every flipping time room or flipping pick up the phone and call. Call for what? Let the man work.
Just to prove that you're going to answer, right?
Yep.
And 800 other people want to just call so that they can brag that the MP or the candidate is going to answer them on the first ring. When are you going to have time to actually do the work and deliver on the promises that you have made? Let's have
the work and the call have everything to do with each other.
Let's have a realistic expectation.
Howard, you are right. You are right, but I know Darren Pickstock also has to.
Howard, I tell you why.
Howard, you are right. 1 second, Garth. Howard, you are right. And Darren Pickstock, if you don't have a team in place, you need that because you're gonna have to schedule.
You've only got 6 months, you know.
Wait a minute. When you get back to people, you've got to schedule that Darren Pickstock. And so give him time to put that in place and schedule it. But you had a month. Guess what? If you ain't jump on the ground running, Darren, then you miss your calling. Garth, go ahead to wrap up this point because I need to get somewhere.
I wouldn't wish for him to be an MP for only 6 months.
Howard, listen to me once again, please. I'm talking politics now. My name is Garth Maynard Roseborough. I want you to understand who's calling you. Don't play with me. Do not play with me next year. No. See, hold on, Howard Johnson. Howard Johnson, I'm not in the mood today.
No, we gotta move, man.
Howard, listen to me carefully. You got 100 people trying to call you. I got 1,000 people trying to call me, but I answer you. You answer me, or don't call me next year because I can deal with you. Exactly. I want you to understand that. Take it as a threat or a blessing. Don't play with me. I'm not in the mood. We got to be straight about this.
Answer the call.
Answer the call.
Answer the call. Answer the call. Now, speaking of answering the call, I don't know if he's answering the call or what's happening. But I can tell you, Marvin Dames on TikTok is a joy to see. I have no more to say, and then we come back. And by the way, Darren Pickstock, I hope you got exactly every message that was meant for you tonight. It's your night tonight. Your anniversary. Get it together. Get your team. Get it together. Return people's calls. Answer people's messages. That's on you, Darren Pickstock. Marvin, let's take a look at Marvin Dames, y'all.
He ain't pushing a woman down again.
No, it's a different video.
But she's younger than down there. And I ain't did catch her.
He ain't push the fella, push the woman.
Genesis, Jaguar, BMW, Nissan. Let me hear that again. I got it. Man, that's the current administration, man.
Now, first of all, how would I know you can jump on an error that you see that's blatant in a minute? But I don't know. Can Marvin is Marvin Dames hitting? I kind of get it just now when I look at that, right? But Marvin, I don't know Marvin. No, he's saying he can recognize the sounds of the make, pardon me, of each car by the fact of how the hood slams or how the hood shuts. Hello? Then when someone slam a garbage bin, he said, I recognize that sound. That's the present government. You get it?
Yeah,
the message is confuddled. But go ahead.
I see the message, and to be fair to him, it's humorous to a particular sect of people. It's not for everybody. And maybe those people who are party members and who are strong supporters of his campaign, they would actually get it and appreciate it. And so for them, I would say job well done in that regard. However, Shanique, I go back to the point I made last evening. Your TikToking isn't campaigning.
He's campaigning.
If you're depending on that to win people over, then please understand that put more energy into campaigning and less on TikTok. See, Shanique, you're a TikTok fan.
No.
I'm not a TikTok fan.
God, but the majority of the Bahamas is.
Going.
No, you don't understand. Okay. Marvin Dames is in the white. No. See, let's revisit this.
Go ahead.
Marvin Dames, like Dr. Minnis and many others who are actually, and we have a video of Dr. Minnis if we get to it. But of course, but Marvin Dames is in the right platform and on the right platform to be seen. No, for the majority of the population. Yes, sir. Oh, well, you all stay right there.
No.
What I'm saying is your message has got to hit. Howard Johnson, where Marvin Dames currently stands in Mount Moriah, and the fact that he appears as still very much sort of frozen on TikTok, is this the best thing for him now?
No, and see the first error is I don't know who evaluated this thing when it was ready for release. Because if my colleagues, I don't know if my colleagues missed it, but on the garbage can, it was supposed to say PLP, but it said PPL.
Yes.
Right? And so you can't mess up an acronym. I could see you misspelling a word, an actual word in the dictionary. But when you misspelling an acronym, something wrong. People need to get fired or rerouted somewhere else within your campaign because you're putting stuff out there that's going to make you the object of ridicule. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. Marvin Dames, I appreciate that you have a sense of humor and is not being viewed as RoboCop, a stiff, former high-ranking policeman. But let me tell you something,
this is right.
You are far behind Mikhail Barnaby because you just came back into that constituency
God, I don't know what you're saying. Thank you for
ago. And so you don't need to be joking around and playing. You need to be doing sensible stuff that's going to make you the next member of parliament for Mount Moriah, hopefully. And you are not doing that by clowning around and joking around on TikTok.
Howard. 1 second, Leslie. Howard, Garfield's Dames and maybe even Minnis, I don't know, but certainly Dames, because Minnis doing something different and that's actually hitting. But he is saying that Dames is wasting his time on TikTok. I want Garth and whoever else to understand TikTok is where it's at right now.
No.
For the average
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Howard, your thoughts. Let me hear your thoughts on that.
My thoughts are this. In the Commonwealth of the Bahamas that does not come out and vote are the young people who are on TikTok. Number one.
Thank you.
That's number one.
Okay. Listen, y'all.
Even the persons in our age group and in the older age groups, they are now utilizing the phones as well. What Shanique is saying, I agree with. It's not using TikTok. It's what are you putting on TikTok?
What are you putting out there?
Marvin is combining some fun-loving and lighthearted stuff with policy prescriptions and things that he wanted to do when he is elected or what he is doing now and what he can bring to the table as far as solutions-based outcomes then let's do it. But if you're just joking around and slamming garbage tin lids and covers and talking about this, the PLP administration, buddy, you can get beat.
Yeah. Because he's right, let Leslie come in, but he's lagging. So therefore, you are not in a position to joke, is what we're saying.
Be joking around.
Leslie, go ahead.
You know, I have the greatest respect for Mr. Marvin Dames. He was a top-notch officer in our Royal Bahamas Police Force.
Absolutely.
He's a good minister. Had some problems with little drones and what have you. But to get to this level of hitting a car hood and then closing a garbage bin, I mean, come on, man. Listen, I'm not a TikTok fella, right? Okay. But I ask myself, what is that all about? That's not going to make me vote for you. Then the other guy is in there working like hell. Okay. Just finished giving out his ham and turkey, his Christmas party, affecting the lives of the average, ordinary Bahamian.
But guess what?
And his consistency.
Come on, man. So the other guy then, since you say now we talking God, let me tell you, but let's for a second. Justin, I know you won't kick me, but guess what? Mikhail Barnaby then is hugely visible on Facebook and doing and documenting every single thing. And guess what? All of it hits. That's all we're saying. Marvin Dames, wherever you are posting, you've got to make sure your message hits. It is the messaging and it's how it's presented. It is not hitting. That's what we're saying. Yes, that's what we're saying. Yes, that's what we're saying. Yes, that's what we're saying. We got Merry Christmas on. Yes, then. Okay. Oh my God, Merry Christmas. We agree. Yes, Merry Christmas, you all. I tell you, you're good flipping stress people out on a Christmas Eve, eh? But Leslie, I thank Leslie so much. Leslie says, Shanique, go to Super Value on me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Take my 4 grandsons home tonight, like I always do every Christmas.
Very good.
And one of them slick. Leslie say, he told him, Leslie, say, Mommy, Leslie say, when you got on Bay Street, the money which y'all give me, I make the granddaddy take me, and I can spend his money.
That's it.
I go smart him. I gave him $150 and then
you ain't gonna do that.
Spend his money.
You ain't gonna never do that.
Of course, you know I can do that.
Leslie is a good grandfather. He's a good friend, imagine. He's a good father and a good grandfather.
We should all be thankful to God.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Leslie. I have to wrap up, but I want you to take me to Yerman, David Yerman, please. But listen, Merry Christmas to everybody, to my team in the back, Justin, D'Angelo, those 2 girls who like to drink. Listen, Chance, Eric, everybody. Shadi, Merry Christmas. And Merry Christmas to you, everybody. Everybody have a blessed Christmas.